Namaste, everyone. So, today we will talk about the chapter 3, the early stage of the universe. In this chapter, we will learn about the early stage of the universe and the properties of the matter that formed this universe. We will also analyze the early stage of the universe in terms of modern science. So, myself is Dr. Sandeep Kumar Singh, and I am the professor of physics and mathematics at JK Lakshmipati University in Jaipur. So first we will talk about the analysis of this universe, early stage of this universe in terms of modern science. So whenever from the documentary, from the movie, from the TV series, whenever people are talking about this universe, so the word coined in your ear is like Big Bang. Big Bang happens. This universe started from a single point which we call Big Bang. And from this Big Bang theory, that this universe started from a single point, and it is started approximately 13.8 billion years ago. So from that point, that time, this universe is expanding, continuously growing, and this and there is one scientist, Edwin Hubble, in 1929. He found that galaxies are moving far away from each other, and then he gave this phenomenon named redshift. But this Big Bang theory was coined by a scientist, George Lamont, in 1927. So according to this Big Bang theory, so all the there is one point where there is volume was zero, and there is infinite mass, density, and temperature, and there is one big explosion happens. And in 10 to the power minus 43 second, this gravitational force comes into existence, and then this mediating particle formed like Z, W minus, and tau, neon. And after sometimes in 10^2 and these atoms nucleus are formed, and after 10 to the power 9 years, and galaxies, stars, nebula, all these cosmological objects are formed. And now, after 13.8 billion years, the humans, all the animals, all the creature life comes into this earth. So what is the basic parameter in this Big Bang theory? According to Big Bang theory, the volume was zero, mass was infinite, density was infinite, and temperature was infinite. So in there is a conference in 2004 in Bangalore, like Vedic Science Conference, where our Acharya Agnivath Nestik ji also give lecture, and he proved that in zero volume, infinite mass and infinite temperature cannot exist. So he is the only one scientist to oppose this Big Bang theory, and rest of the scientists in that conference was to support Big Bang theory. And many other prominent scientists around the world didn't support Big Bang theory. For example, Steven Weinberg, and they also have other theory exist in this universe. So there is many questions which this Big Bang theorist cannot answer. So why Big Bang happens? Who activate this Big Bang? How did space and time originate with the Big Bang? Hmm? So these are the questions scientists are not able to answer. And then there are other parallel theory emerged like steady state theory, bubble universe, big bounce, mirror universe. And you can type all this theory in the Google and Wikipedia. You can read about this theory. So not a single theory is able to explain the origin and early stage of this universe. We also discussed this thing. Big Bang theory also violates the second law of thermodynamics. So what is the second law of thermodynamics? So whenever you stay in your hostel, you just clean your room, and after 7 days, Sunday to Sunday, you feel that okay, after 7 days, everything is disturbed. Clothes are here, there. Yeah. So in this world, universe, things move from order to disorder state. This is the second law of thermodynamics. What happened in Big Bang theory? So there is a big explosion. This is the highly disordered state, and then the galaxies formed, and humans beings and all creature formed. This is a highly ordered state. Here reverse is happening. So things are coming from a highly disordered state to the highly ordered state. Okay, so in this way, the Big Bang theory also violating the second law of thermodynamics, and scientists are not able to answer this question. Now you will say why it is necessary to learn about the early stage of the universe. So I will give one analogy. If you see some, in building, then if you want to know if it is a strong or weak, or how this building is made of, then you think about the basic material used to construct that building. For example, bricks, water, cement, gravel, for construction. So once you know what is the ratio you have in cement, water, and this balu and cement ratio, and how the bricks, how many bricks you used, then you have some idea, about this building. In the similar fashion, if you want to know the property and feature of this universe, how this atoms, molecules, quanta, stars, earth, all are formed, you want to understand all these materials. So then you have to understand the basic material from which this universe is made. And Vedic science, scientists say that material is Prakriti. So we will know about that material. So what is the Prakriti? Which is the basic material cause of this creation. According to the Vedic scientist, this universe is created from one Jad Padarth or inert or non-living substance which we called प्रकृति. तो जो प्रकृति मटेरियल है वो जड़ पदार्थ है, उसमें कोई चेतन तत्व नहीं है, और पूरी ये सारा यूनिवर्स ये सब उसी जड़ पदार्थ से मिलकर बना है. व्हाट वी कॉल दैट जड़ पदार्थ इज प्रकृति. प्रकृति इज द सबटलेस्ट प्राइमरी एंड नेचुरल फॉर्म ऑफ एनी इनर्ट सब्सटेंस. ये सबसे सूक्ष्म है ये प्रकृति ना. तो सारे जो मटेरियल है, इनर्ट मटेरियल है जिसमें कोई जीवन नहीं है, उसमें सबसे सूक्ष्म क्या है? प्रकृति है. And how the modern science not able to detect this? Because what we do in modern science, we divide the, for example, we divide the molecules, then we reach to the atoms. When we divide the atoms, then we come to know about the proton, neutron, electron. Then we divided proton, neutron again, then we reach to the quark. And then our physical limit of experiment is over. Now we cannot divide now quark. So people think that quark is made of string, but we don't have experimental proof of that. This is just some mathematical theories, okay? But in Vedic science, we know that all these materials is made from material called Prakriti. Why we know? Because our ancient rishis discovered from the mind wave in deep meditative states. So what is the feature of this Prakriti? So this Prakriti always exists and is never absent. Even after creation of cosmos, this substance is still surround us. So this Prakriti is still around us, but we cannot detect it, but it is always exist. Number two, this substance is never created, neither increase or decrease, never get old, never get destroyed. So, and all the material made from this Prakriti may have limited lifespan. है जो भी मटेरियल इस प्रकृति से बने हैं, for example, the electron, proton, neutron, stars, earth, they have limited life. Every material is created, have a physical form, have limited life. It is not true that sun has infinite life. It will always exist. No, it has also have life. Proton also have a life. After some time, it will destroy and will destroy in Prakriti itself. And what is the characteristic of Prakriti? When in the beginning, in this space, in this universe, this Prakriti material was uniformly equally dispersed. We can take analogy like when a water filled in the sea, but still water molecule have a space. But this Prakriti material don't have a space between molecules in itself. This is uniformly and equally dispersed. So there is no movement, it's pure calm. And this number 4 is, this is the subtlest possible form of the substance, because every material is made from this material, Prakriti. So this is the sabse suchma hai. This is the subtlest possible form. And during the Mahapralaya, when the Pralaya will come, it will be in inactive state. There will be no activity or motion in this Prakriti material. And this Prakriti material is not created by conscious entity. Even Parampita, Parameswar, Brahma or consciousness cannot create this Prakriti material. So in the beginning of this universe, there are two things eternal, anadi. One is consciousness, Parampita, Parameswar, Brahma. Or second thing is this Prakriti, Jad Padarth, inert or inactive material. We cannot detect or know this Prakriti material by any technique. Okay, so all the entire universe is created within and from this material only, and it has it remains in the state of darkness, or this form of darkness cannot exist in any other state of matter. So it has a completely dark. It is completely dark, and many people confuse with this dark as a dark energy or dark matter. But then no, this is the initial state of the material, and this is called the Prakriti. We will talk about dark energy and dark matter in the future lectures. And any type of vibrations neither happens nor it is possible in this state. When in Prakriti, there is no vibrations, there is no motion, and this substance is sufficient to form the cosmos or universe. No other non-living substance is needed. And there are three gunas in this. There is three attributes or characteristic of this material we call is Sat, Raj or Tamas. But they exist in non-active, inactive state. So we feel that there is a non-existence of those materials. Okay, so we will talk about the attributes of this Prakriti or properties. So what is the Sat good? So this Sat is that property that create light and attractive force. Okay, in the physical and material science, and that makes the creature feel happy and at peace. So the saint and yogi person also feel happy and at peace. In their face, peace is there. So this sattva satra property or attributes is dominating in those persons. Second thing is rajas. So it is give the repulsive force. And initiate motion. Whenever the motion and force is there, repulsive force, that means Rajas Tattva is there. So it is responsible for mobility, versatility, love, hate in the creature are due to Rajo good. So, and what is the third one is Tamas. So darkness, idleness, inactivity, mass, heaviness are due to Tamogud. It give in humans or in creatures stupidity, fascination, excessive sensuality, laziness, and anger in the creatures. So when we try to control one attribute, then other attribute increase. For example, when we try to control Tamogud, it will increase Rajogud, and when we try to control Rajogud, it will increase the Satogud. So we will give example. When you see some asteroid or some meteoroid in the night, Ulkapind when it is coming in the from the space antariksh to in the Earth atmosphere, because of this friction in the atmosphere, it is started to burn and produce light. So we are trying to control the Rajogud. That's why this Satogud is increasing. In the similar fashion, we will try when we try to restrict the movement of electron in some experiment, it produce heat and light. This phenomena we called Bremsstrahlung effect. And also in the nuclear fusion, when we fuse the mass like Jadatat, that is tamas, then it creates the energy, that is motion. When we try to control tamogud, then it increase the rajogud. Okay. So today, then we learned about this basic cause of material. Basic cause of this universe, the material we call is Prakriti. And this thing you have to remember on finally. There is a two thing is eternal, anadi, one is Prakriti material. All this universe is made from this material Prakriti. The second thing is consciousness, Parampita Parmeshwar or Brahm. Okay, thank you very much.